It's no secret that royal life is often filled with power struggles, hidden tensions, and strategic maneuvers, but recent events in Buckingham Palace have taken an unexpected twist that even seasoned royal watchers couldn't have predicted. Just when Queen Camilla was elevated from her title of Queen Consort to simply Queen, she wanted Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, to be known as Queen Consort when Prince Charles becomes king, a move that should have solidified her influence in the royal hierarchy. Things took a shocking turn. King Charles has made bold decisions, entrusting key responsibilities to Prince William and Princess Catherine, leaving Camilla feeling more sidelined than ever. As my heir, William now assumes the Scottish titles, which have meant so much to me. Our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations. What's truly going on behind palace doors? Has Camilla's promotion actually been a demotion in disguise, and how are these royal shifts shaking up the monarchy? Stay tuned as we unpack the unfolding drama that might forever alter the royal landscape. The unexpected shift in royal power, Camilla's journey from Queen Consort to Queen, was widely anticipated as a defining moment in her royal career. This was the final validation she had long sought after decades of being viewed as a controversial figure, once vilified for her role in King Charles's life. The title of Queen should have symbolized her full acceptance within the royal fold, a sign that she had finally solidified her position next to the reigning monarch. For Camilla, this moment was not just ceremonial, it was personal. After years of being in the shadows of Princess Diana's legacy, she believed that her promotion would come with increased influence over the monarchy's inner workings. But what followed was a shock. Despite the title upgrade, Camilla found herself increasingly sidelined in terms of decision-making and authority. The central roles she had hoped to embrace, ones she thought would naturally come with her new title, were unexpectedly handed to Prince William and Princess Catherine. This shift in power left Camilla feeling displaced and caught off guard. It wasn't just that her role hadn't expanded, it had, in fact, diminished. The title of Queen felt hollow without the corresponding influence and duties that she believed she had earned. This abrupt power shift raised many questions. Why had King Charles chosen to sideline his own wife? Was this decision made to appease the younger generation or to secure the monarchy's future under William and Catherine's leadership? As Camilla struggled with her diminished role, tensions within the royal family began to bubble to the surface. The rise and challenges of Queen Camilla, Camilla's path to becoming queen, was paved with trials and tribulations. Once known as the other woman in Charles and Diana's marriage, Camilla had to endure intense public scrutiny, tabloid attacks, and widespread disapproval. For years, she was the target of media vilification and was portrayed as the homewrecker responsible for one of the most high-profile royal breakups in history. Yet despite this rough beginning, Camilla slowly worked her way toward acceptance. Her strategy was one of quiet resilience. Instead of fighting back publicly, Camilla focused on rebuilding her reputation behind the scenes. She took on low-profile yet meaningful charitable work, made carefully curated public appearances, and worked diligently to craft an image of stability. By the time Charles became king, Camilla had largely won over the British public, who had softened their view of her over the years. Her promotion to Queen Consort in 2022 was seen by many as a moment of redemption, a signal that the monarchy had moved on from past scandals, and so had the people. But despite this long and arduous journey, Camilla's promotion to queen didn't come with the expanded authority she had expected. In royal history, queens often shared a portion of the monarch's duties, influencing both public and private matters. Yet for Camilla, these responsibilities were noticeably absent. King Charles's decision to shift these central duties to Prince William and Princess Catherine sent a clear message: the future of the monarchy did not revolve around her. The carefully crafted public image Camilla had worked so hard to achieve was now under threat, leaving her in an increasingly vulnerable position. The shadow of William and Catherine's prominence, as Camilla found herself sidelined, the spotlight firmly shifted toward Prince William and Princess Catherine. The couple has become the face of the future monarchy, embodying a modern, relatable, and approachable royal family. Their roles have expanded significantly in recent years, with both taking on more high-profile duties both at home and abroad. For Camilla, this growing prominence has been difficult to reconcile with her own reduced role. William and Catherine's popularity with the public is undeniable. They are seen as a breath of fresh air, a young dynamic couple who have managed to modernize the monarchy while staying true to its traditions. Catherine's fashion choices, parenting style, and charitable endeavors have earned her widespread admiration, while William's steady and responsible leadership qualities have solidified his place as the future king. The two have a unique ability to balance their personal lives with the demands of their royal roles, something that has further endeared them to the public. For Camilla, this prominence represents a double-edged sword. On the one hand, she understands the importance of William and Catherine's popularity in maintaining the monarchy's relevance in the 21st century. On the other, their rise has left her feeling increasingly irrelevant. The very role she had hoped to assume as queen, representing the monarchy in public and influencing royal decision-making, are now being absorbed by the younger couple. In many ways, it seems the monarchy is bypassing her entirely and building its future around William and Catherine. Camilla's sidelining raises questions about how much influence she really has behind the scenes. Is she just a figurehead queen, or will she find a way to assert her authority in a monarchy that appears to be moving on without her? Tensions between Queen Camilla and Catherine. The relationship between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine has always been complicated, but recent developments have strained it more than ever. While the two women maintain a cordial public front, rumors of tension between them have persisted for years. Camilla, who has always preferred a traditional, aristocratic approach to royal life, reportedly harbored doubts about Catherine's suitability for William from the very beginning. Her concerns about Catherine's middle-class background were well documented in the early stages of William and Catherine's relationship, and there have been whispers that Camilla may have played a role in their brief breakup in 2007. Despite these early misgivings, Catherine has emerged as a beloved figure within the royal family and among the public. Her poise, charm, and impeccable public image have made her the ideal partner for the future king. Camilla, on the other hand, has struggled to gain the same level of affection from the public. While she has certainly come a long way from her early days of scandal, her relationship with Catherine has been marked by an undercurrent of rivalry. Recent events have only added fuel to this fire. Catherine's increased involvement in royal duties has further marginalized Camilla, who had hoped to take on more central responsibilities following her promotion to queen. In many ways, Catherine represents everything Camilla once hoped to be: respected, beloved, and integral to the monarchy's future. As the younger woman's star continues to rise, Camilla has been left wondering where she fits in the new royal order. While both women are unlikely to ever publicly address their tensions, royal insiders suggest that their relationship has become increasingly strained. For Camilla, being overshadowed by her daughter-in-law is yet another reminder that her long-fought journey to the throne may not have brought her the influence she once envisioned. King Charles's strategy, a modernized monarchy. To understand King Charles's decision to elevate Prince William and Princess Catherine, we must examine his broader vision for the monarchy. Throughout his life, Charles has been seen as a somewhat unconventional royal, one who is not afraid to push the boundaries of tradition. Whether it was his outspoken views on environmental issues or his advocacy for modern architecture, Charles has always been a figure willing to challenge the status quo. Now, as king, Charles finds himself at the helm of an institution that must adapt to survive. The British monarchy is one of the oldest in the world, steeped in centuries of tradition, yet in a rapidly changing world, tradition alone is no longer enough to sustain public support. Charles recognizes that in order for the monarchy to remain relevant, it must evolve, and at the center of this evolution are William and Catherine. Their ability to connect with younger generations and represent the monarchy in a modern, relatable way has made them key figures in Charles's strategy. By delegating more responsibilities to them, Charles is not only ensuring a smooth transition of power in the future, but he is also tapping into their widespread appeal. This strategic move serves a dual purpose: it strengthens the monarchy's future and reinforces the public's trust in its younger generation. For Camilla, this strategy has been a bitter pill to swallow. While she understands the necessity of modernizing the monarchy, it has come at a personal cost. Her role as queen, which she believed would come with increased authority, has been overshadowed by the younger couple's rising influence. In many ways, Camilla is a product of the old monarchy, one that valued tradition and duty above all else. But as the royal family moves into a new era, Camilla is finding it increasingly difficult to reconcile her place within it. Camilla's silent struggles and frustration. The strain of being sidelined is more than just a professional setback for Camilla, it is a deeply personal struggle as well. Her entire journey to the throne has been marked by perseverance, from overcoming public scorn to navigating the complicated dynamics within the royal family. Yet despite these challenges, Camilla had always hoped that her role as queen would bring her the authority and recognition she had long sought. Instead, she finds herself in a position where her influence is increasingly limited. In public, Camilla remains composed, maintaining the dignity expected of a royal, but behind closed doors, those close to her describe a woman who feels marginalized and frustrated. The responsibilities she had hoped to assume have been given to others, and her voice within the monarchy's decision-making process is quieter than ever. Adding to her frustrations is the fact that Camilla's promotion to queen has not changed public perceptions as much as she had hoped. While she is now officially queen, much of the public still views her through the lens of her past scandals, including her role in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. This lingering public sentiment, combined with her limited influence within the monarchy, has left Camilla grappling with a sense of being overlooked, not just by her family but by the very institution she serves. Camilla's struggles are largely private, but they are no less intense. Those closest to her report that she feels betrayed by the way things have unfolded. She had expected to play a central role in the reign of King Charles, but now finds herself with little control over royal decisions. Instead, she watches as William and Catherine step into the spotlight, assuming the responsibilities she once envisioned for herself. For Camilla, this isn't just about losing influence, it's about losing a sense of purpose. She spent decades preparing for this moment, believing that her role as queen would finally allow her to shape the future of the monarchy. But the reality has been far different. As Charles continues to lean on William and Catherine, Camilla feels increasingly sidelined, left to wonder what her true legacy will be. The growing rift in the royal family, the power dynamics within the royal family have always been delicate, but in recent months they have become even more strained. King Charles's decision to give more responsibility to William and Catherine has not only caused tension with Camilla but has also created ripples throughout the entire family. Insiders suggest that the Queen feels increasingly isolated as her role becomes more symbolic than substantive. The shifts in power have sparked quiet unrest within the palace walls, with Camilla's marginalization raising questions about the future of the monarchy. Some reports indicate the tensions between the Queen and William have been simmering for quite some time, especially as William assumes a more prominent role in royal governance. This growing divide between the older and younger generations has led to speculations about potential fractures within the royal household. And then there are the rumors: is the divorce confirmed between Charles and Camilla? It's all being whispered in speculative circles. Could the tensions between Charles, Camilla, and the younger royals lead to a deeper rift? While no such thing is officially on the horizon, these whispers only add to the complexity of the situation. In fact, a news channel reported just 5 minutes ago that the Queen's exclusion from key royal matters has reached a tipping point. Some insiders believe that if the power balance continues to shift away from Camilla, it could lead to a permanent division within the royal family. The future remains uncertain, and with each passing day, the sense of instability within the monarchy grows. Will Camilla find a way to regain her influence, or will she be forced to accept a more symbolic role as William and Catherine take control? For Camilla, the uncertainty of her future within the royal family looms large. Her husband's age and health are factors that she cannot ignore, and with each passing year, the possibility of William and Catherine assuming even more responsibilities becomes increasingly real. While Charles is still in good health, the future of the monarchy is clearly being positioned around William and Catherine, and this leaves Camilla in an ambiguous position. If Charles were to step down or face health challenges, Camilla's role could be further diminished as the younger generation takes on greater power. William and Catherine's growing influence means that they are not only being prepared to take over the public-facing duties of the monarchy, but they are also increasingly involved in internal decision-making. For Camilla, this raises the question: what will happen to her once the transition fully takes place? There is a deep personal element to these fears. Camilla has spent years building her public image, working hard to earn the title of queen and, more importantly, the respect that comes with it. Yet despite her promotion, she now faces the possibility of becoming irrelevant within the royal hierarchy. The emotional toll this uncertainty has taken on her is profound as she grapples with the potential reality of being further sidelined by the very family she has devoted her life to. As the monarchy prepares for the inevitable transition of power, Camilla must confront the possibility that her time in the spotlight may be more fleeting than she ever imagined. Will she be remembered as a pivotal figure in Charles's reign or as a queen who was ultimately overshadowed by the younger generation? The role of tradition in Camilla's power struggles. The British monarchy is steeped in tradition, with centuries of history shaping the roles and expectations of its key figures. For Camilla, tradition has been both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, it was tradition that allowed her to assume the title of Queen upon Charles's ascension to the throne, a title that, in itself, carries immense prestige and authority. On the other hand, tradition has also limited her ability to wield real influence within the monarchy, particularly as the institution modernizes and evolves. Historically, the role of the Queen has been one of support. Queens have stood beside their kings, offering counsel and assistance but rarely assuming direct control over the monarchy's direction. For Camilla, this traditional role was something she hoped to reshape. After all, the monarchy of the 21st century is far removed from the rigid hierarchies of the past. Women in power now have greater opportunities to influence policy and public opinion, and Camilla believed that her position as queen would allow her to be more than just a figurehead. Yet the reality has been quite different. The traditions of the monarchy have kept her in a more symbolic role while the real power has shifted to William and Catherine. This has left Camilla feeling trapped between her expectations and the constraints of tradition. She had hoped to play a central role in shaping the future of the monarchy but instead finds herself increasingly marginalized. As the monarchy continues to modernize, Camilla is faced with a difficult choice. Does she continue to fight for more influence, or does she accept the reality that tradition has already defined her role? The emotional toll on Camilla is perhaps the most difficult aspect of this entire ordeal. Over the years, she has weathered countless challenges, public scandal, personal criticism, and the ever-present comparison to Princess Diana. Yet despite these obstacles, Camilla had always believed that her position as queen would bring with it a sense of validation. After all, she had worked tirelessly to prove herself to both the royal family and the public. Her promotion was supposed to be the culmination of years of perseverance, but now, with the responsibilities she had hoped to take on being given to William and Catherine, Camilla is left feeling unappreciated. She has fulfilled her duties as the queen with grace and composure, yet her role remains largely ceremonial. For someone who has always sought to be more than just a supporting figure, this realization has been deeply painful. Beyond the professional frustrations, there is a personal element to Camilla's struggle. The relationship between her and Charles has always been complex, shaped by years of public scrutiny and private hardship. Now, as Charles increasingly leans on William and Catherine, Camilla can't help but feel a sense of personal exclusion. The king's decisions, while undoubtedly strategic, have left his wife questioning her place within the monarchy and within their marriage. For Camilla, the emotional strain of being sidelined is compounded by the knowledge that her future remains uncertain. She has spent years building her legacy, yet that legacy now feels precarious. Will history remember her as a queen in her own right or merely as a supporting figure in the reign of King Charles? The health of King Charles is an increasingly important factor in the royal family's future planning. At 75, Charles is undoubtedly in the later stages of his life, and while he remains relatively healthy, the inevitable aging process looms large over the monarchy. For Camilla, the king's health adds another layer of uncertainty to her already precarious position. Should Charles's health begin to decline, William and Catherine's roles will become even more significant. The Prince and Princess of Wales are already stepping up to take on more of the monarchy's public duties, and as the future king and queen, they are being groomed to take over when the time comes. For Camilla, this transition poses a direct threat to her influence. As the younger royals become more central to the monarchy's operations, her role as queen could be further diminished. This uncertainty has caused significant anxiety for Camilla. She had long envisioned her role as queen to be one of partnership with Charles, working together to shape the future of the monarchy. But now, with the possibility of William and Catherine taking on even more responsibilities, Camilla must face the reality that her influence may wane even further. Adding to her concerns is the possibility that, should Charles become incapacitated or pass away, her place within the royal family could be entirely redefined. Will she be relegated to a ceremonial role, or will she find a way to maintain her influence within the evolving monarchy? These questions weigh heavily on Camilla's mind as she contemplates the uncertain road ahead. Breaking the silence, Camilla's public response amidst the simmering tensions and swirling rumors. Queen Camilla has reportedly reached a breaking point and decided to break silence about her increasingly sidelined role in the British monarchy. In a rare move, the Queen has hinted at her frustrations and the shifting dynamics within the royal family. While traditionally reserved and cautious, Camilla finds herself needing to speak up not only to reaffirm her place beside the king but also to subtly counter the growing influence of William and Catherine. Whether through carefully orchestrated public appearances or interviews, Camilla's tone shifts. She no longer plays the role of the silent, supportive partner but begins to express her thoughts more openly, albeit subtly. While she never directly confronts King Charles's decision-making, her words convey a clear message: she may have been sidelined, but she is not invisible. Her public statements, delivered with grace but laced with underlying meaning, reveal that Camilla is not willing to quietly fade into the background. She has fought too hard for her position, and despite the unexpected power shifts, she won't let her role be reduced to mere symbolism. Yet, even as she breaks her silence, the question remains: will her words be enough to change the course of the royal power dynamics, or has the tide already turned too far? The future of the British monarchy, what's next for Camilla? As the dust settles on this chapter of royal reshuffling, one thing is clear: the British monarchy is in the midst of a profound transformation. For Queen Camilla, the future is filled with uncertainty. While she may continue to hold the title of Queen, the real power increasingly lies with William and Catherine. The younger generation has captured the public's imagination, and King Charles seems determined to position them at the center of the monarchy's future. For Camilla, the road ahead is quite unclear. Will she accept a more symbolic role, allowing William and Catherine to take the reins, or will she find a way to carve out a more meaningful position for herself in the years to come? And more importantly, how will her relationship with Charles evolve as they both navigate these shifting dynamics? The future of the monarchy remains an open question, and Camilla's place within it is far from certain. What's clear, however, is that these recent events have forever altered the balance of power within the royal family. As the monarchy continues to modernize, Camilla's legacy will be shaped not only by her title but by how she chooses to navigate the challenges that lie ahead. Ultimately, this story is far from over. The next chapter of the British monarchy is being written in real time, and Camilla's role in it is still unfolding. The question is, how will she adapt, and what will her place in this new royal order be? Only time will tell.